What's up guys, this is Chronic and welcome to a brand new episode of my FIFA 14 Team of the Week predictions. Today we're going to be predicting the Team of the Week number 21, which should be released on, I think it's the 5th of February, the first Team Week in February, and hopefully this week's Team of the Week compared to last week's is probably a bit stronger. I believe we've got some more higher rated players because last week's Team of the Week didn't have that many. We had, I think it was PK was probably the only one, quite a few discard price players, but so we're going to start off with this Team of the Week. Sorry guys, I'm kind of speaking a bit low. A bit late in the night in doing this video, but we're going to start off with some of the subs, and we're going to have a keeper who plays in the Liga Portuguesa, recently transferred between clubs in that league, and I'm not too sure on the league team he actually plays for, now, but he made around 7 saves, a clean sheet, and got, well, man of the match, I'd say, in his squad's 1-0 win over Porto. Fantastic performance indeed. Porto obviously being one of the strongest squads in the Liga Portuguesa. Moving on to the second player, we've got a player called Sul. He plays as a centre-back, bronze player. Nicolas Sul plays for Hoffenheim, and this guy picked up a goal as well as a clean sheet in Hoffenheim's 3-0 win over, I believe it is Hamburger at the weekend. Very, very good performance by that bronze centre-back there. Moving on to the next player, we've got a player scored a hat-trick, plays called Louis, plays for Nancy, I believe, in the French League 2. This player here, Jeff Luis, and he picked up 3 goals as well as man of the match in Nancy's 3-2 win. However, that was on a Monday, so we're not too sure if that could possibly be in the squad. Moving on to the next player, got a player called Mane, who's already picked up an inform. This would be his second inform card, sorry. Seydou Mane plays for Red Bull Salzburg in the Austrian Bundesliga. I've used this guy, and he's pretty good indeed. And his if he gets another inform, that could be interesting. He picked up, I believe it was 1 goal and 3 assists in Salzburg's 5-1 win. I believe Allen as well as Soriano picking up a brace each. Moving on to the next player, we've got a player called Duda, plays for Malaga in the Liga BVA, plays as a cam actually in the game, and he picked up 2 goals as well as man of the match in Malaga's 3-2 win over Sevilla. Very, very good performance by this player here. Moving on to the strikers, the first player we're going to have here is a player called Paredes, plays, I believe, in, I think it is the Chilean league, plays for a team called Kulu Kulu, and this guy went out and picked up a hat-trick as well and an assist in his team's 5-3 win at the weekend. And the final player of the squad, obviously the main man, Ross McCormack, the Scottish striker, plays for Leeds, already picking up an inform card, so this would be a second, and therefore he would be inform up into gold, so that inform card should be pretty decent indeed. Moving on to the starting 11 here, 3-4-1-2 formation, and we're going to start off with in goal. Goalkeeper's kind of a hard decision until I came across the Sunderland keeper, Manone, and I'm surprised this guy hasn't picked up an inform card already. He's been doing phenomenal in goal for Sunderland, and this week not doing well as well. 10 saves and a clean sheet in Sunderland's 3-0 victory over Newcastle. Fantastic performance indeed by Manoni, and I'm not too sure, I didn't watch all the highlights of the game, but I know it's a fairly solid game by him. Moving on to the 2 centre-back, well, the defence here. The first player we're going to have here is Ivanovic, Chelsea player, played as a right back, and he actually played on Monday night against Man City, picking up a fairly solid half-volley goal from outside the box to go and make it 1-0 Chelsea. Also kept the clean sheet and got full 3 points Chelsea versus Man City away in terms of Chelsea. And very, very good performance by this guy, and it could be interesting to see if he picked up an inform card, still playing out in that right back position. Moving on to the first centre back, we've got Big Dante here, the Brazilian centre back, played for Bayern Munich, and this is what the second centre-back, well, one of the defenders, this was the hardest place to find. There's so many. There's like Miranda from Atletico Madrid. He did fairly solid. I think it was Felipe Santana. He did fairly solid. But Dante, he picked up a clean sheet and a goal, and in Bayern Munich's 5-0 win against Frankfurt. Fantastic performance by him, and he's been very, very solid at the back this season. Phenomenal player indeed. Moving on to the final defender here, we've got a player called Bodmer. Used to play for PSG, transferred to Nice, and actually played as a centre-back in their latest game against Lille, picking up a goal as well as a clean sheet and man of the match. Fantastic performance indeed in, I believe it is Nice's 1-0 win over Lille. Lille being one of the stronger teams in this season's French League 1. Moving on to the midfield here, out on the right-hand side, we've got a player who's going to pick up his second inform card. Ferguli plays for Valencia. Valencia travelled out and went to play Barcelona, I think it was, and Valencia picking up the 3-2 win against Barcelona. Fantastic performance by all the Valencian players. Fenguli here picking up 2 assists as well. Fantastic performance and very, very good performance overall. I think he just got picked man of the match, and I think Messi went and picked that up from the website I was using. But this guy definitely deserved it, and definitely deserves another Team of the Week card. Playing absolutely phenomenal this season. Moving on to the 2 centre mids here. First player I'm going to have here is the Oxlade-Chamberlain. Picked up 2 goals. I believe it is his first game back maybe in the BPL. Played in a kind of unusual role in the sense of where, if you're probably not an Arsenal supporter, he normally plays out on the wings and stuff like that. But he actually played in the middle, holding middle role. Not too sure if the other player was playing with in the middle. But he went out and picked up 2 goals and got a clean sheet, if you could argue that, and a man of the match in Arsenal's 2-0 win over Paris. Fantastic performance by the Ox there. Moving on to the next midfielder, we've got Charlie Adam. Plays for Stoke. Again, plays in that middle role. Fantastic job indeed. Stoke went out and played Manchester United, picking up the 2-1 win there. Charlie Adams picking up 2 goals, and one of them was an absolute ping. Fantastic performance by him. Moving on to the final player in midfield, we're going to have this player here, Cabella. Plays for Montpellier in the French Ligue 1, and already picked up an inform card, but this one would be out on the right wing, as that's where he actually played in the game for Montpellier, who went out, played Reims and won 4-2. Remy picking up 2 goals and an assist, and man of the match there to definitely get an inform card out on that right wing. That could be fairly interesting card indeed. Shame it wasn't the cam, because I think he would be a lot better there, but that right wing card could be fairly interesting. Moving on to the final players of the squad, we're going to move on to the centre attacking mid, and we're going to have Wesley Sneijder, the Galatasaray centre attacking mid, and this guy, phenomenal performance at the weekend. I believe he picked up, I think it was 3 goals. I'm not too sure on the final score of the Galatasaray's game, but he had a phenomenal game indeed, and it was bringing out some of the flair. I think there's a video on YouTube seen he doing one of those back passes where he bounced off his arse, instead of, doing the conventional take it down. But a fantastic performance by him, and picking up a hat-trick from any cam is very, very good indeed. Moving on to the 2 strikers here. First player I have here is an Argentinian player called Dennis. Plays for Atalanta, who went out and played Napoli, and ended up getting the full 3 points in a 3-0 win. Dennis picking up 2 goals and an assist, and man of the match in that 3-0 win. Fantastic performance by him indeed. And moving on to the final player of the squad, we've got a player called Juve. Plays, hold on, let me spell this right. Plays up front for Hanover, and he picked up 2 goals and man of the match in Hanover's 3-1 win over Borussia Mönchengladbach, and he did a very, very good performance indeed, and he's a very, very good striker, so his inform card could be fairly interesting. Him and Aubameyang out in front, that is a deadly combo. But let me quickly move it over to the screen here. We can see all the players in the inform card versions, what their rating would be if I was to give them. As you can see there, Ross McCormack goes up to a gold. On the bench, you've got some serious, really good 74 rated players. Duda, he looks like a fairly good cam if he gets him in that cam spot. Normally in the left mid, so the cam spot would be a lot better. Mane, his normal inform card was amazing, so I think his next one could be pretty good. Manone could be fairly good in those silver BPL squads. Obviously Dante, fantastic centre back in this game. Fenguli, he's fairly solid out on that right hand side. I've used him a couple of times, and a very, very good player indeed. Wesley Sneijder, what else can you say? Cabella picking up his second inform card, and it'll be interesting to see what the Ox is like in that centre mid spot. That would be one of the players to look out and see and try there. Obviously he's got a decent amount of pace. Defending in that lot is probably not as high, so it'll be interesting to see how he actually plays in that centre mid role. And obviously I think his work rates are probably high and low, bit to conventionally being a winger, so that could be fairly interesting. But guys, this is coming towards the end of the episode. If I've missed any players, remember to put that in the comments. Remember to put the reasons why you think they should be in this squad, and some of you guys may be right, some of you guys may be wrong, but I like reading those comments. I'll put my reasons why I didn't put them in if you guys put the comments and stuff like that, just like a nice old community talking about what we think tomorrow's Team of the Week predictions should be. But guys, it's coming towards the episode. If you like, so make a like button, also subscribe to Stone Series, and any feedback in the comments would be much appreciated, guys. This has been Crush. Till next time, adios.